here at Sunset Beach's opening day, day number 1, as we look to heat number 4 with Dion Atkinson, Shane Campbell, Benji Bran, and Keoni all out in the lineup.
Well, you gotta love that piece on the Vans Triple Crown and just how birthplaces of surfing, and also one of the most challenging arenas in the world to surf waves. Replay here of Shane Campbell. You saw 2 surfers taking off on that wave, but I think one of them was coming in. That was Billy coming in from his heat, and Shane Campbell picking up a 2.17 for an inside wave here to get started, get that rhythm kicked in. So, you know, you look at round 1, and it's important for these guys to get through some heats because it can set you up for seeding for next year.
Dion Atkinson, another Australian, is taking off. The red jersey, looking for a barrel, finds it, and the big man is able to get out of it. So, well-executed opening ride for Dion Atkinson, large frame surfer. I expect him to mesh well with Sunset Beach.
Deep water barrel, and it breathes. They open up and they clamp. And sometimes they'll you know, give you the tube ride of your life, but sometimes they'll give the beating of your life. Good read here from Dion. Comes into this next section rather than going for the maneuver, pulls in, but you see how that barrel is not perfect. It connected with his body, but he was still able to stay on his feet. Take a look from the water angle here as he pulls up into it. Little stall, quickly in, but see how the open and closing of the barrel? That's what makes this wave so challenging to tube ride.
Here's a slow-mo, and you really see how this barrel breathes, Pete.
And you see how he shifts his weight up on the board, centers over the widest point of that surfboard, being able to have that stability and that speed, and then steers his way out before that wave shuts down. So not going to be a big score.
Out of position, trying to catch the corner here, and does so. This is Shane Campbell on his second wave. Shane gets a nice swoop off the top there. You can see a little bit of the reverb, a little bounce through the wave, but Shane handles another turn. Not a super exciting wave, but it's going to be another score for him. He's got 2.17. He's going to get a second wave in his score line.
Don't make any mistakes and break any boards or get caught inside. Again, it's not going to be a huge score for Shane. First wave of the set, catches it with the whitewater, so it doesn't have that real critical takeoff. It was kind of an easier takeoff. And then both these turns are done out kind of on a, you know, a flatter face, so it's not going to be a gigantic score.
Scratching into this one. This is our first look at Keoni. Keoni moving down the line, and that wave offers him nothing but time eaten away.
And now he's got to deal with all of these big bombs just landing on him. You'll probably see him in his foreground. There he is.
Meanwhile, Dion Atkinson, nice carve, looks for another barrel. It's a thick one, and Dion comes out. Well executed. Dion Atkinson well on his way.
You know, it didn't have that critical element to it. That one there, a lot of criticalness to it.
Fighting back, Keoni on. Off the bottom, nice snap off the top for Keoni. Comes around the corner, has to go up and float the whitewater. Goes complete on that, and the wave hits that deep water channel and just dissipates.
So again, you saw in the foreground, Benji Bran had that quick up and out, has to deal with that wave on his head, but look as this wave peels into that inside section, reads it perfectly, stalls up underneath it. Didn't have a lot of length in the tube, but here we get to look into the throat of the inside bowl of Sunset Beach. Again, it shallows out, all that water up and over. So exciting when you just have the amount of power wrapped around you in the tube. An experience that is tough to describe, but it is the ultimate in surfing, is to be able to be in the tube. See the stall, slow motion, gets a little stand up there. Again, wasn't in there very long, but I think the score will come out pretty good because of the criticalness of that section. It was a very meaty section. He comes in and out of it clean. See the spit, all the energy of the wave getting spit out into the channel. This is Keoni, who picks up a wave that, you see how it's bent more into the channel. Didn't have a lot of open face, so the sections were a little flatter.
Cubic foot of water weighs 62 pounds. So you think about that when you see those big lips. So, Benji Bran, live action. Look, he's going to get a little inside double up, and that is very fortunate for Benji Bran as he's able to hook another one on the backhand.
So do you think he's going to get it with one wave? I mean, Dion actually moved.
0.6 is what he needs. Let's take a look. Did he get the 5.6 is the question, Condor.
Okay, so this was a similar wave that we saw from Billy Kemper in an earlier heat that comes off the point and loads up on the inside section. And that's nice and vertical. He was able to do the maneuver in the most steepest part of that wave.
Blue, Shane Campbell is in the advancing position, but heat leader here, Dion Atkinson's just going to surf this one through. Almost found another barrel for Dion. Shane Campbell utilizing his priority. Campbell waiting, patient off the bottom. Nice down carve. And cautiously surfs through that wave, looking to improve.
Benji Bran's last, and then you start looking at comparisons of his other waves. So it's maybe an increase of just ever so slightly. As we look at a replay here from Dion, this is not going to go into his top two, but yeah, he's been searching out those big old barrels on the inside bowl. This is the wave that I was just referring to. It does go into his top two, but again, only by a half point does he increase his scoreline. Much cleaner wave, being it was like the second or third wave of that set.
1 minute and 35 seconds. Here comes Keoni. Keoni, nice high carve, comes off the bottom again, and no more opportunity for Keoni. 3.67 seems like that's going to be a pretty beefy number.
Oh.
Benji Bran, this is an important wave for the youngster from the North Shore. Gets a nice hook off the top. Looks like he's on his way to the score. If he can get another turn in there, stays on board, stays on his feet, goes complete, Peter. 2.43.
You'd have to say he's done it. And he did it in the last moments of that heat.
Take another look at it on the replay.
Critical drop. Those are part of surfing Sunset Beach. When you have a nice critical drop, that's going to showcase in the score. And then the final move. You know, he tacks it. Didn't want to bet too much into that one because he knew how important it was to complete that last move. It was unfortunate for Keoni on this one. You know, he gets the first turn. The wave looked like it was going to wall up. But of course, when it walls up, it shuts down sometimes.
To round number 2.
Never give up.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of the Vans World Cup of Surfing. We're bringing in Chris Cote and Strider Wazalewski for the call.